Hey everybody!
Hi guys!
Hey guys! Alright, so we just finished episode 3 of
Big Brother!
Big Brother! Number 20 for the Big Brothers. I got a lot of stuff for us to talk about, but before we get to any of it, I just want to say 3 episodes in, this season is good so far. Like,
I agree.
Way better than I was, I've been standoffish.
Hesitant based off of the last season.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm not disappointed at all. I think that everyone's playing hard. I think people are playing well. You've got a good divide between, you've got your threats and your idiots, and it's all coming together. I think it's going to be a great season. As long as we don't have some last minute returnee coming in a week late, expect the unexpected. And Paul's gonna join us again.
Yeah, they would not do that three seasons in a row. They know better than that. I just realized I have dog hair all over me.
They on the live feeds, whenever there's a competition, they cut away to it used to be Fish, and then they did interviews with Jeff, and last year it was videos of pets that could be adopted.
I like that idea. I thought that was good. I wonder how many pets actually got adopted because of that.
I don't know, but
we need the stats, Big Brother.
Yeah,
CBS.
Get back with us.
Get on it.
But this year they're cutting to past seasons and highlights and competitions from older seasons. And I got on the live feeds the other day just browsing, and there was a segment where they were doing diary rooms with Paul. And, I knew that they were doing flashbacks, but still I saw Paul under live feeds and it immediately freaked me out.
He thought he was back in the game again. He's back.
Yeah, the last thing that we need.
I saw him in the audience. I don't think they put him in the audience if they were bringing him back.
God, I hope not. So, first thing to talk about, the intro. The intro has aired.
Time, right?
Yeah. They haven't changed a whole lot. They have the emojis at the beginning, I guess, to go with the technology theme, but there were like a lot of emojis. Like they had to show us like 6 or 7 to really be like, look, emojis. Like they're really into this emoji thing. Like, look how hip we are, fellow techno-tronic youth. Like I don't understand. Like emojis, yeah, we get it. They're on the phone. Like you don't have to put emoji inflatables and emoji pillows and emojis in the intros. We get it. But every year I like to watch the house guests and their stupid little moves that they do.
Oh my goodness, some of them have like, I wonder, do they do multiple of those moves?
I don't know. Like I've wondered if they get to come up with their own, or they do like 3 or 4 and the producers pick, or if the producers just tell them what to do.
I like the ones where they just stand there awkwardly in the intro.
Yeah.
Those are so much better than the weird little Casey's weird little kick thing.
Yeah, this year the first one that jumped out at me was Casey doing some weird like karate kick, but her foot doesn't come even like 6 inches off the ground. And so like if a producer was like, here's what we want you to do, we want you to turn around and kick foot 6 inches in the air, I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Moving on, we get to Swaggy. Let's talk about Chris for a little bit.
I did finally agree with Bailey.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid when you give yourself a nickname, especially when like Swaggy C.
Yeah, and we started the episode and it immediately, they're talking about the nominations with Steve and Sam, and it immediately cuts to Swaggy after they fade from Gray, and he's just like, these are stupid nominations and he should have taken out a big threat, and I'm just like, really? Like, that you think the good strategy is, okay, win the first HOH and then attack 2 of the strongest targets in the house right off the bat? Maybe a backdoor, but to go at them right at the beginning, I think is stupid. That would have been a dumb move. You need to play it safe that first week, and it comes to Chris, it's just playing too hard. He's playing way too hard for a first week player. I mean, the idea of focusing on Angela and Winston as first evictees, putting them up together so that one of them is going to come down and come right back at you is stupid.
Well, he thinks he's running the house.
Oh, he is running the house. He's swaggy. But I mean, I understand backdooring a strong target the first week, but you've got to go with those safe noms at the beginning. You know, I saw on Twitter Cody, who I love Cody, but he, as soon as the nominations last weekend, he tweeted out, "Oh, boring, safe nominations." Well, I love Cody, but Cody sucked at Big Brother. Cody had to nominate half the house, and if I remember correctly, the first 2 nominations he put up there were not strong players, but I could be wrong. So, I don't know. I think Swaggy's just playing too hard and expecting too much from the first week of the game. He needs to slow it down.
Yeah, and I know we'll get to the apps later.
Yeah.
But like he has little sad moment because he wasn't the trending leader because he knows that he's ruling the house and America loves him and all this stuff.
Yeah, well, I have some opinions on that too. I don't know, I think there's more to that than they're showing us in this edit. But I don't know, we'll talk about that in a minute.
I don't know these opinions yet. We'll find out together.
So right after nominations, you know, Tyler goes to the couch. He gets real emotional out in the back patio, and you know, Steve going and giving him a hug, and everybody's comforting him.
I know, I feel so bad for Tyler.
Yeah, and then it turns out Tyler was just making it up, which is...
Do you think he really was making it up, or he was...
No, I think he was.
Saying that in the diary room.
No, I think that Tyler
is playing pretty well.
Yeah, and I mean, I bought he felt so guilty about the nominations, but I don't think he really did, you know, after hearing him in the diary room. So he got me, and I'm pretty cynical. So like you said, I think he's playing really well right now. Sam, on the other hand...
Ooh, she's an emotional roller coaster right now.
She...
Well, partially, I don't blame her because it is a really bad...
punishment.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like, Casey was complaining about her punishment, but I feel like Sam's way worse than Casey's.
Yeah, Casey needs to shut up because her stuff is easy. Speaking of, I've finally figured out Casey's punishment is the spinning wheel from a Macintosh computer, like when it spins and freezes, so she has to stay in the room because she's loading. I got it. It took me a while. But Sam, right after nominations, she doesn't get too emotional at the time, but then she rolls into the
pantry,
into the storage room, and is like, send everybody in one-on-one. And I'm like, really? You're gonna do some one-on-ones? You're expecting everybody to come to you? I just want to hear what everybody has to say about my nomination. What? Like, okay. I mean,
usually people have one-on-ones with the HOH, not the evictees, right?
She's a robot, so I guess she can't go talk to the house guests normally. But
that's true.
You know, one-on-ones I think is weird.
And they were weird one-on-ones, the ones we saw.
Yeah, and especially Bailey. Bailey was having none of it. She was eating her chips and waiting for the screen to stop talking to her. She was not into it at all. Caitlin, is that her name? Nicole Richie? Yeah, Caitlin. Shut up.
She was just like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah, you need to go out there and socialize. Well, I'm just gonna talk to everybody one-on-one. Well, that's not gonna work. I don't know. I thought that was a weird strategy that, you know, I think it goes back to, I don't know how much she's watched the game. She doesn't know that it's time to go, you know, communicate with some people. To the point where, you know, they show her coming into the house as her and not on the computer, and that's the time where she's in trouble. Like, you need to go talk to everybody.
And then she's, I mean, it might not be her problem, but she's not reaching out on her own. It seems like she's isolating herself, she's crying, she's not making connections.
Right.
And that's the time she needs to be trying her hardest.
Exactly. Instead of rolling the computer or the robot into the storage room and telling everybody to come to you, you go in as yourself, and you have a limited time to go talk to everybody, and that's your time to go. And she walks 10 feet over to the little blue bedroom so that she can cry and feel sorry for herself. She got dealt a bad hand. but you don't have time to sit there and cry about it and have people come in and no, what did she say? I wrote it down. She told it. She said everybody sucks and they're fake. Bold strategy there. We're gonna tell everybody, hey, you suck. You're all fake and not real, and I can't do this. But I did enjoy the segment where they had the robot just staring into the mirror.
Everybody moving behind them.
Yes, it's like something out of like, I don't know, segment about the depression of robots.
Yeah,
it's like,
poor depressed robot.
She's way too emotional right now, and she's already, you know, having to fight for herself as it is, and she's just making it hard on herself. And so, let's see. You said it earlier, Bailey and the showmance with Chris, which got a little bit of screen time. The only thing good about this is the fact that she called him out for his stupid nickname, and the fact that he gave it to himself. I hope that's a reoccurring theme. I hope that we continue to revisit the fact that he gave himself this awful nickname.
And then it's forcing everybody else to call him, and to reinforce that, he has every single shirt he owns says his name on it.
Yeah, I'm
his
surprised
on
he
it.
doesn't have hats and, you know,
pants and shoes.
Yeah, stuff to give out to people. But, you know, I mean, he was already playing too hard. We said that a little bit ago. He's trying to attack big targets. He's openly claiming to be the leader and running the house, and he's got his alliance with them, and he's talking this big game, and now you're gonna throw a showmance on top of it, and you think you're fooling people by going to everybody and be like, oh, we're just I'm gonna distance myself. Everybody can hear you making out. Everybody, there's no way those people did not hear the in the bed next to him.
Usually on Big Brother, they say, well, I heard them next in the bed next to me, or whatever.
I don't know, and then he has to make the big scene about, oh, I can't believe that happened, I'm so mad.
Yes, they've been sleeping in the same bed since the beginning of the show.
Yeah, you picked a bed with this girl. You've been attaching yourself to this girl. I think that he went into the bathroom and made that speech to the live feeders because he made such a big deal about, I'm not gonna have a showmance, and he just wanted to make sure that the feeders knew that he was there to play. And he thinks that America loves him, and they don't. I don't. Maybe y'all do. Maybe, I don't know. But on the other side of the house, we have the level 6 alliance, the bros in bikinis. Yeah, whatever this thing is. the bros in bikinis alliance, and just like last time, I love this alliance. I'm always the big fan of the muscle meatheads and the athletes that are gonna go dominate everybody. It always falls apart because most of the HOH comps are those true or false, have nothing to do with how athletic you are comps. But
some of them could be paying attention too.
Yeah, I mean, but all of those, it doesn't even, to me, it's not even the competition on how smart you are. A lot of them are just luck of the draw.
That's true.
So I think a lot of HOH competitions, you just get lucky, you know, and that's my opinion.
Read online somewhere that apparently Swaggy, C, and Fessy decided that they're going to win every HOA comp back and forth, like trade off from here to the end of the summer.
Yeah, I bet they're the only two to ever have thought of that strategy.
Yeah, new strategy.
Brett called himself your boy.
Oh yeah, you love that.
Fessy called himself your boy. Stop it. JC kind of got on Sam a little bit when she was having her pity party, which I agreed with everything that he was mumbling in his thick accent, but was calling her out like that, was that a smart move?
I don't know, I mean, I just feel like JC's so off the radar right now that nobody really is you know, bothering with remembering of what he's saying.
That's the thing though, it's good to be off the radar this early. And when you walk into a room and you start yelling at somebody and throwing, you know, like kind of getting heated with people, that puts you back on the radar.
But everybody else agreed with him.
That's true.
And she said that's the truest thing anybody's ever said to me. So everybody kind of went on his side.
Yeah, I would be careful with stuff like that. You know, if
I can see his mouth getting him in trouble though.
Yeah, if you're under the radar, I would just stay under the radar. But you know, I don't know. But with Sam acting the way she is, I think she's a self-eviction threat. She's not going to this week, obviously, because of the power. But if things keep going south first,
if she doesn't make a connection with somebody, even once she's out of her robot punishment body, then I think she will continue this crying, feeling sorry for herself, and isolating herself.
You know, I think she's a sweet lady, and I don't know how much she watched Big Brother. I don't know what she was, if she knew what she was getting into, and she has been dealt a bad hand, and it came from her terrible performance in that one competition. But you know, it was all fun and games and silliness, and that punishment has come back hardcore, and she's not dealing with it well. I don't know. I think that the emotions are going to get way too high for her. They introduced slop in the have-not rooms. I cannot wait for Princess Bailey to be put on slop. I want her to stay in the house so she can get slop 3 times in a row. That's what I want. But I hope I don't know. I think that she's gonna be fun to watch as she gets on slop and has a little bit rougher of a time because she just plays this card of being a princess. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think she's gonna be out quickly, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was nice that 4 people volunteered for slop.
I thought so, you know, and you got Caitlin, Scott, Winston, and Brett are the 4 that volunteered. I think all of them are fans of the show and have watched the show, and so I think there was a lot of strategy behind volunteering for that. You know, makes me think of Ian. Remember, Ian was on slop almost the whole summer.
Yeah, he always volunteered for it.
And you know, that's
it got him farther.
Yeah, people appreciate that. Now, I don't know how long Winston and Brett can handle it because of how much protein their muscled up bodies are going to need, but you know, I think that the 4 that you saw jump out and volunteer real quick, I think that might speak a lot. So,
unlike Bailey, who swore she'll never, ever, ever volunteer.
Well, you know, and you've got Tyler right now, who is, as HOH, and it becomes his decision, is really playing both sides of the house right now. I think he's really with that 6 alliance, but he is playing both sides just in case. And so I think he kind of lucked out because he didn't have to pick on anybody. But eventually we're going to get to where those alliances are kind of shown and they're going to start placing each other. I wish that we could just bring back the food comps. I don't understand why we have to just HOH pick them and move on. Those comps are fun, and it's something that's light and enjoyable. Yeah, and it's not, you know, the game isn't centered around it. It's just something fun to watch, and so I would like if they would bring those back, but I don't know if they will. The have-not room was the old technology. It didn't seem as bad as recent have-not rooms. They had those little satellite speaker-looking chairs. I don't know. I mean, they are small, but I mean, they don't have spikes sticking up out of them. And
compared to the Canadian Big Brother, where they had to sleep in a room with a crypt and water, and it was freezing.
So I don't know. It's to the point now where they don't, since they don't do food comps and they don't show the have-not rooms a lot, just take it away. No. Like, give us another room or something. It just, I don't know. It just hasn't been a thing in recent seasons.
Last season, I think it was, I spotted quite a few times they were breaking the have-not rules, and they never addressed it on the shows. I don't know if they addressed it to them through Big Brother talking to them, but just watching the shows, not even watching the live feeds, I would be like, oh, they're supposed to be on slop and they're eating, or something like that.
Yeah, Reddit. If you're on Reddit, they will get fired up if they see that. You'll see 5 posts where, you know, Angie's breaking slop rules again, you know, like, and it'll have timestamps and everything. And I don't know, they've gotten so relaxed on it at this point.
It's not even a reason to have it anymore. Just
take it away, you know. Anyway, we saw the fake 4 horsemen looking deal with the 4 meatheads. Now, I feel like Chris and Fessy thought that thing was going down. They thought that was real, but
Brett just immediately went and ran and told the level 6 alliance.
Winston didn't even stay out there for the deal. Winston noped out immediately.
He thought it was shady looking talking to them.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I think that for Brett, it is a good move to kind of be like, yeah, we're going to do this just in case their side wins HOH next week. But kind of going to the other side of the house and immediately telling them, that kind of puts his chips out there a little bit. Is that a good move? Bad move?
I think it could be good to show him that he's true to their alliance right now. Because if they heard through the grapevine, somebody else said that there was a alliance going on, that could put like a crack in their level 6 alliance. But we'll see. I
guess it's good as long as you trust those people not to go straight to Chris and be like, once say Chris wins HOH, you don't want Angela going straight to him and be like, well, this is what your boy has said to us. So I don't know. The level 6 alliance is on to Chris and his over gameplay, which I would think it would be really easy to tell that he was overplaying the game, but last year they were not capable of seeing that, and so good on them. I think that's a sign of good things to come, that they're working against each other. Speaking of Chris's alliance, what was the name? How do you say it? Footy. It was like something Footy. That is a sign of bad things to come. If that's the best name that you can come up with, is that is your karma-tastic name.
Even Fessy was like, no.
Yeah. But that's a bad name, but I just can't think of anything better. You can't think of anything better than Footy? Footy? It's bad.
F-O-U-T-T-E. What does it stand for? 4 of us to the end?
Yeah. Not gonna happen. We had the BB App Store. I want to say I don't like how the trending power works. I think it's great if you're the top trending, you should get a power. But if you're trending because everyone hates you, then that sucks. America's going to end up rewarding people they don't like. So not a fan of that. This is going to lead to things like Raven and Matt getting top powers because everybody in the country can't stand them.
Negatives trend for good powers?
Yeah, if you get trended for positive or for negative things. Like, one of the questions that it asked on the app is, who was the most annoying? I put Chris. Well, I just put Chris's name up more on the trending list. The people who get the bad powers are the people that everybody forgets about. So the Victorias of your season are going to be the ones that get the punishments.
Oh, I thought it was the negative trending got the crap apps. That's what they're called. And the other ones got the power apps. No, and I was going to ask about that, but they verified it in the episode. Angela said you can trend for good or bad things, but if you're not trending at all, you get the crap app. So Fessel was the one that nobody talked about when they were answering those questions, and so that's why he got the crap app. And so I think we're gonna. I mean, I guess they're trying to keep those people that we hate in the game and the people that we love in the game, and so I don't know the people who are just furniture in the house are going to get the bad stuff, but I don't like the way that works. But we got our power apps. We got the redraw. I assume that's going to be redraw the vetoes, like who's going to be in the veto comp. Yeah. If you don't like the way the draw worked out, you can redraw. Yeah. Bonus life we saw is going to be what Sam got to the game,
which. I think Sam is probably going to end up having to use it pretty soon because she's in a bad spot.
Yeah, it's going to be easy to put her up right now if she doesn't go out this week.
And then upgrade could be a lot of things. I thought maybe it would be like you could be, upgraded to the HOH. You could have some sort of benefit in a competition. You could upgrade a power of veto to a coup d'etat or whatever. So some sort of upgrading of something. The cloud, I have no idea what the cloud is. I don't know. I don't even have a guess.
Is identity theft? Is that like if you want to trade spots with somebody if you're on the block?
I think identity theft is going to be stealing someone's nominations. you know.
Like taking the HOH.
Yeah, like the HOH is gonna be like, I nominate these two, and then when he turns the key, it's gonna be 2 other people because they stole his identity. That's my guess. These are all just us guessing. Crap apps. Yell, I think, is gonna be something where they have to use like an air horn or whatever the loud microphone things are that you gotta talk to, maybe. Fake news, you're gonna have to go lie, make up a story to somebody, make up a rumor. Read it, I don't know. Hamazon we saw, which they didn't even show us him eating the ham yet. I know that he got some sort of veggie ham.
He did get a veggie ham? Okay, because I was wondering how they were gonna do that.
And then I don't know what spammed is, but I guess we'll find out. I think that he did a good job of picking a punishment though. You know, he used his mind and was like, you know, all of these could potentially be game related, but me eating something nasty has nothing to do with my game. So I was impressed with his decisions there. Now, as far as the power app, you had brought up that Chris was super confident going in, and then he sat in there and pouted. I think the production fed him those lines about being confident. You know, like, this will be really funny. You're gonna be all confident and you're not gonna get it. I think that Chris stayed in there and did nothing for
to make people
a few
believe
minutes,
that he got something.
To make people think he was up there a lot longer than everybody else. He must have gotten a nap. You know, I think he was just, maybe I'm giving Chris too much credit, but I think that that's where his mind was. At least that's where my mind went. If I was in the living room and he took way longer than everyone else, my mind would go to, that dude has a power. I think that the power that Sam chose is one everybody would have chosen in her position. I don't really like that if it's not used at the 4th eviction, that it's automatically used.
Because that helps somebody else.
Yeah, that could take your power and turn it into something that sucks. And it sounds like if they're evicted, they just get to come back and it's just a reset. It's a wasted week. Which wasted weeks are boring to me because you invest a week of your time and then you're right back to where you were. So we've had that before. It sounds like we're gonna have that again. So, you have anything else you want to add about this 3rd season of Big Brother?
No.
No?
No.
Just so y'all know,
one more thing. One more thing.
One more thing.
One. I like Scotty and Steve's little bromance. Yeah,
you know, I think that
Steve doesn't leave.
They're adorable together. I'm interested to know that why is Scotty attaching himself to a guy that's on the block week 1?
No.
I mean, that's probably...
Well, Steve said his social game isn't on par, and so maybe he's the only one he's connecting with.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe could come back to bite him. Could be a good thing. I guess we'll find out.
Okay, back to you.
Back to me. All right, just so y'all know, the next 3 recaps, we're still gonna post them. We are gonna be away from the TV for the next 3 episodes, and so we're gonna have to rewatch the episode once CBS posts it on All Access. And so they don't post that until late at night, and so we're gonna be pretty far behind with these next 3, and after that, hopefully we'll be back on track. So if you are watching our recaps, we appreciate it. We hope that you subscribe and click the notification button and
comment below. Comment below.
Yeah, give us comments. It helps us know what you guys are thinking, and if we're wrong and stupid. And I would love to hear.
And I like making the little heart thing on the comments.
I just want to hear if you agree, if you don't agree. You know, I love talking about Big Brother. If you can't tell, if you watch the rest of our channel, it's all Sarah. But when it comes to Big Brother, I can't shut up. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And just know that after the next 3 recaps, we should be back on schedule and posting a little bit more regularly right after the show is aired. So, anything else?
Peace easy.
Peace easy. All right, see you later, guys.
Bye.